In-house production.
Hey everybody, welcome to Giving Away Game, the podcast. We back at it, y'all. As you see, we have another special guest today, another beautiful woman on the show. We keep coming with these beautiful women, y'all. We doing our thing. We have Catie on the show today. Hey Catie, how you doing?
Hi.
So, what social media are you on, Catie?
I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, taking a break from Twitter, Snapchat, all that stuff.
Okay, so what's your Instagram?
OG.Frex.
OG. Okay.
Yeah.
What? OG, so you a gangster?
I mean, it's like a Chicago term. So we refer to our mom as OG or some shit like that, where it's just like original gangster.
Okay. All right. So you from Chicago?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How long you been here?
For 4 years. I go to school here. Obviously work here too. So.
What you go to school for?
Healthcare management. So it's the business of healthcare.
That's what's up. Cool. All right, well, I'm your host as always, Carl the Counsel. I'm here with my co-host as always.
What's up, man? It's Pierre, man. Make sure you go to my website, perfectvictorystl.com. For, you know, so you can get some of my merch, Success Story Clothing. So make sure you go get that for sure. I got my social media pages on there, my Instagram, my Facebook. I'm on Twitter, but I ain't really on there like that for real. Then, yeah, it's not. But please make sure you do that, man. Perfectvictorystl.com, man. Please make sure you hit that up. For sure.
Yeah. And go like, comment, follow, all that. You know, we on Instagram, Giving Away Game Podcast. We on YouTube, Giving Away Game the Podcast. Go look us up, check the videos out.
For sure.
So we gonna dive right into it today, y'all. Today we are talking about we got a doozy today.
You gotta make sure you don't hate men, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I had some views.
I had
warmed up.
Oh, hands up, man.
Cheated us,
I had to give my hands up, man. Look,
don't be going, man.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
That probably took us a long, man.
You know what?
In the
She
car.
was. When he asked this, I'm gonna say, hey, I ain't even think about it.
We gonna see.
We gonna see. But today we're talking about the devaluation of the male role. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Waiting to exhale.
Yes, sir. The devaluation of the male role, y'all. We've been discussing this a lot lately, you know, about how it seems like the male role has taken a hit. So we're gonna talk about that today. We're gonna dive right into it. So question number 1. Catie, do you think the male role has lost some of its value in relationships? And if so, why?
I do. And like, you know, we kind of talked about women are just, you know, I feel like moving up. Like, women have, you know, multiple streams of income now. Like, might be a bottle girl, got your last business, and doing this on the side, like going to school. Like, I go to school, and I held 2 jobs in marketing and being a bottle girl. And so, like, when it comes to, like, being in a relationship, what can you offer me? What can you do for me? You know what I'm saying? And it's not just, like, I don't know, like, we doing so much for ourselves now. You know what I'm saying? I told you, so.
So do you think the independent woman movement has like aided in the devaluation of the male role?
Of course, for sure. Like I said, like, we are jumping into like the workforce more. We using what God gave us to get what we want, and we're not afraid to do it. You know?
That's what you with the Players Club.
Yeah, Players Club reference. Yes, sir.
Oh shit.
That's what's up.
That's
I mean,
funny.
there's nothing wrong with it, you know? I mean, especially for, like, the young girls, like, you know, you only got certain shit for, like, so long. So it's like, why you can trick these niggas? I mean, Whoa, sorry.
I'm talking. Man, I'm talking.
Hey.
That's
I appreciate your honesty, though.
That's what it is.
I appreciate your honesty.
Say what it is, man.
But why you can, you know, trick, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's people, like, I've had a friend, she was getting from, like, a dude, like, damn, she's so sidetracked, but she was getting, like, a week, like, $1,500, and then her rent paid.
From a dude.
Just to meet up with him. Like an old, like, sugar daddy or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
Wow. Interesting.
Must be nice.
Women are full force.
Yeah.
Full force.
That's true.
Hey, if you can finesse them niggas, man, hey. I don't even, hey, you
If
can
them
do
niggas
it.
allow you to finesse them,
Finesse,
hey,
man.
maybe they deserve it. All right.
Yeah,
What you think, Pierre?
I'm riding with her with that. I mean, I think she's gonna say it. I was waiting the question. I was so intimidated, but she went on ahead and said it. But yeah, I think that's what it is. Like they got this new independent role, independent mindset, and they feel like they don't need a man. So like, they don't see a benefit in having a man. You know what I'm saying? So, and I get it. I don't think it don't work out in the long run, especially if you trying to look for, if you want a relationship with a man in the long run, like your mentality for not wanting a man is only like have you have like conditioned behavior like mentality. So I think by the time you like 22, so you young now, like so let's say you be 32, but still got the same mentality. Or not even say you another woman got the same mentality. She at 32, like she gonna be already who she is. So she 32 and now she's talking about she want a man and want kids, but she got the mentality of I don't need a man. Like that kind of energy rubs off on men. Like we feel that, you see it. You know what I mean? So like if a man don't feel like he valued, then why would he want to value you?
Right. But I just think
You know
I think that like men just need to like step up like a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we don't want a man, we do, you know, but it's just like that whole like submissive like play the backseat role. It's like no longer like what can you do for me? You finna pick up a bill? Like it's a lot of dudes that like, cause you know I'm in the industry. They want to like take me to dinner. Mm-hmm. I'm so tired of people like don't take me to dinner. Like pick up a bill. I can pay for my own food. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I'm at. Like I don't know if that's crazy, but that's just what it is.
But you pay your own bill too, though. So what's the
Right.
I do, but it's just like that. Like that's like where I need. That's where I. So I guess it goes into like your love language too. My love language is acts of service. What can you do for me? And acts of service is all about what the other person can do for you. So.
I was like that too.
Yeah, that's just where I am with that. Like.
But is it what the other person can do for you or what the other person is willing to do for you? Because I think the word "can," I don't like that word, like, because I can do anything I want, but it's about what I'm willing to do. Right. So we should replace "can" with "willing." I don't like that word. It just sounds forced. or I can't think of the other word I'm trying to use, but anyway.
So do you only value a man if he give you something?
Not if he's necessarily like giving me something, but it's just like, you know, doing like little things for me. Like if you know to help, like maybe like helping me like with the project or get to like where I need to be and, you know, it's like the next like level, whatever. Like that's like, you know, and teaching me some things. Like that's also like valuable too.
So what do you give in return? What do you reciprocate for this man's effort and giving you money and building you up and making him your focus?
Well, like I said, like I'm already like a pretty like, I'm not established, but I'm just saying like I'm a pretty like educated like woman and like I come with like my own money and stuff like that. And I'm willing to spoil my man and stuff and, you know, go the mile for him and what he's given to me, like I'll give to him, like, you know, definitely reciprocating all of that. And if he coming home to me, you know, cook for him, I'll make sure, you know, you got like a bath runner for him, you know, massage.
Catering.
Very good. Yes, catering. That's good.
Catering.
Sound good.
You taking care of stuff, you hold it down, you picking up the okay.
I definitely think the male role has taken a hit, and I think it's getting worse too. It's like I be hearing people talk about it because I ask people questions a lot. So I hear people like talk about how, you know, they don't need girl. I don't need no nigga. Girl, I don't need no man. Like that's what it be about. I hear it so much, but then as soon as he do something, like they crying about it. Like if you don't need him, what you crying for? Like what you upset for? You know, if you didn't need him in the first place. And then, like you said, like men pick up on that. Like we can see that. We understand that you feel like you don't need us. You know what I mean? So we go act accordingly. You know what I mean? Like men, we've already been, you know, the ones to, you know, the first ones to like we quick to step out and do our own thing if you know, if we want to. So now you basically giving a man motivation to do it because now, like, you know, you feel like you don't need me. You feel like I can't really bring nothing to the table, whatever the case may be. If you can do everything by yourself, then go ahead. Right. Because I'm going to find somebody who want me for me, who, you know what I'm saying, like, feels like I'm needed or something. Right. Everybody wants to be needed. Everybody. So
men will value more a woman that, like, needs them.
Well, it's not necessarily needs them, but it's appreciates them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to necessarily need me, but even if you don't need me, you should still appreciate me. Whatever it is I'm doing or even trying to do. You know, everybody wants to be appreciated. Everybody. So, you know, if you're a millionaire, you know, and I'm not, you know, I'm 100,000er, you know what I mean? But I still spend my money and go and get you flowers or something like that. Yeah, I want to thank you. I want to, like, you know, that was nice, or thanks, babe, or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, not like, oh, I could have did this myself.
Right. I got $1 million.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I mean, like, like I say, everybody wants to be appreciated. So it's about appreciation. It ain't about need. It's about appreciation.
You ever heard a man say, I don't need no woman?
No.
Wow.
Just want to know if you ever heard it. Because I never heard it either.
I mean, but y'all actions show y'all don't need no woman.
But it's different when you verbally say it.
Wait. What actually showed that men don't need women?
Like the way y'all be like, I mean, I don't want to say y'all, but the way like sometimes men like treat women, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, obviously as women, like our emotions are involved in, you know, things easily. But for men, like they can just like detach and be detached like so easily. Like, you know, they have sex with you and just be like, fuck you, right? Or like, you know, the breakup happens and, you know, maybe it's the exterior, but like men are just like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
So it ain't that we don't need women, it's that we don't need that woman. That's what it is. Because even if we don't need you, you're gonna be replaced with another woman. Like it ain't gonna be no time where a man like has nobody on the roster. That's a very rare occasion.
So to say I don't need a woman, like that'll be like stupid of me to say.
Yeah.
So y'all, what do y'all need a woman for though? If it's like, if it's easy women on the roster, like what is it, like just sex?
Answer that question yourself.
Oh well, I think I know the answer.
You think it's just sex?
I mean, what else?
It's
If it's easy to bounce back and forth between women, like, you know, I think for women, like we don't want to keep like having to start over, like, oh,
right.
my favorite color is blue type shit, you know. But is that like? So I know y'all not doing that, and y'all don't open up easily. So like,
I think women don't understand that it's not that we move on easily. I think men are just logical and can, what they call it, compartmentalize. So we can have like our mind work like a waffle. Like we can have like this over here, this over here, and like everything can be separate. So we can understand I can deal with this girl this way, deal with her this way. She wifey material, she not. This is my side chick. She not this. Like we able to do that and just maneuver that way.
okay.
So it's not that we can just move like we just soulless creatures walking around just.
I feel like that's
Right, I understand because I understand that women don't understand how we be thinking and how we feel about stuff.
Sometimes we are soulless. I've been soulless at one point. You probably been soulless at one point.
Yeah,
I mean, not soulless.
I would say like careless. I mean
careless.
Careless of somebody's feelings.
Yeah.
I'm not careless. I'm careless of somebody's feelings.
Right.
That's a better word.
Right.
But men also need, which I think women don't understand. Men also need we need compassion. We need intimacy. Like, and intimacy isn't just about sex. Like, a woman can not have a man and get compassion and intimacy from another woman, and not be gay. I'm saying, like, you know, you can go to your best friend's house. A woman can go to her best friend's house, talk to her friend to hold her, you know, all that type of stuff. Ain't no man doing that. Ain't no man. I'm not going to Vince's house and be like, hey, my nigga, she broke my heart, and he gonna be like, oh, and hold me. You know what I'm saying? So like, if we want like intimacy and compassion, like we got to get that from a woman.
Right.
We can't get that from another man.
Right.
So we need all that. So it ain't just about sex. We want validation, just like y'all do. Like I say, we want intimacy, we want compassion, we want partnership, we want all that.
So when y'all be with y'all bros like for hours and hours, what y'all be
What we
getting?
talking about?
Like, I mean, what y'all be getting? I mean, it may not be compassion like lovey-dovey, but it may be like, you know, like a bond and like bro type of experience.
Right, fellowship.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we call it. Yeah, fellowship.
Fellowship.
But you just need it with somebody with the vagina.
Yeah, we need both sides of the spectrum. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we need fellowship with each other. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain things like, if a man tell you that he can talk to his woman about anything, he's lying. I don't think that's true. I don't think you can talk to your woman about any and everything, because there's too much. Women have too much emotion involved. So there's some things that, you know, we may be able to mention to her, but if we want to get deep into it, we may have to go to our partners and be like, man, you know, this happened, that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you think about this? What you think about that? You know what I mean? So, you know, that's like our fellowship. But then, you know, like I say, you still go to your woman and get fellowship. It just maybe on a different subject. You still go to her and get intimacy and compassion and empathy and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Because you ain't finna call your boys and 9 times out of 10 you're not finna call your boys and complain about work. You know what I'm saying? That's what you go complain about work to your woman. You know, but you also ain't gonna be able to sit and talk sports with your woman most of the time. You know, and men need that. Like we need that fellowship. So let's go on to the next question. Next question. Who do you think is more responsible for that loss of value, men or women? Do you think men have been their own worst enemy, or is it women that have kind of taken that value away?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both, but I'm gonna say it's more so men, just because, like, if for reference, diary, like, of a mad black woman. I don't know how many times I have heard my mom tell me to, like, have your own, because if a man throw you out or be done with you today, like, you don't want to be, like, you know, like, on your ass or whatever. So it's seeing shit like that, hearing stuff like that, that I feel like has aided to, like, that process of women, like, wanting more of, like, themselves, you know, and not just, like, leeching off of men, because men would throw, you know, that leeching stuff, like, in your face or whatever. So I think that women just, like, we don't get it ourselves, you know. But
Men do that. I've been hearing girls say that men throw stuff in women's face. I've never done it, so I don't know anybody who's done it. Like, to be like a dude who, like, go out of his way for his girl and be like, and just throw it in her face. Because I feel like a man understand that's what he have to do, so he ain't throwing it.
It's part of your role. It's like your makeup. You know, like I feel like if a man is raised, I don't want to say that, but
it's like a sugar daddy get mad because he paying your bills. He's like, I'm paying your bills and everything.
Right.
Like, but that's what you.
I mean,
That's
it
your
may
role.
not necessarily be them, like, throwing it in your face, but it's the way that they do. So, like, obviously in the movie, like, the girl got dragged out of her house. Like, once he got, like, a new chick, she was dragged out, done. Like, you ain't got nothing else, so whatever. And then it's like, you know, like, oh, I'm doing all this for you. Like, you need to do this for me. Like, fuck me 7 days a week or whatever. I mean, but, like, it's just like, like, that's just kind of like, okay, but, you know, I feel like that's like, you know, what is the word? Like, throwing it in your face, but, like, not, like, blatantly. You know what I'm saying?
Doing stuff with an ulterior motive?
Yeah.
I have no doubt that some people do that, you know, do stuff for people just, you know, so they can be able to say they did it and be able to get something out of them, you know, but I don't think I've ever known a man to.
But your girl, though?
Yeah.
How about your girl, though? It's different, I think, if it's your girl. Just some chick, okay, but it's like your girl, I think you would throw something in your girl face. That you just really don't respect her. I just can't see a dude having a girl he just truly just don't respect her.
Right.
Well, it kind of happened because I think this,
it
definitely happens.
I think
you have men that seriously dog they woman out. Like, this can be their girl and they dog her out. You know what I'm saying? So, what else can it be but a lack of respect?
But you got to explain what is dog out. Because you talking about dog out if he just going out cheating and he come back to the crib. Okay, you want to call it dog out because it's morally wrong dog out? But if he coming home smacking her, throwing her around, throwing her out the crib. I'm just talking about, but from her example, like, that's like a part of, like, social programming to, like, you reflect back to a movie thing, like, all relationships supposed to look like that. It's almost like somebody saying that all men beat their wives and rape their wives, then you reference Color Purple. It's like, but everybody don't necessarily live like Mister. Nobody live like the dude on, you know what I'm saying, Tyler Perry movie.
That's true.
So I think you kind of like them kind of like images kind of like condition you to believe like all relationships are like that. So that you might have somebody, your mama might tell them like, don't let no man like always have your own, do this and do that. But like your mama not understanding like if you have a mentality of let me make sure I don't need no man, you bringing in kind of energy and intention into your relationship. So like we said, a man will feel it. So if a man feel it, he always gonna have that wall up like, is she really here for me or is she here for the money? Like if she got her own, she getting her own. So like, what's she trying to like plot her escape? What's she doing? So it's always like kind of like this whole like I gotta kind of like watch her. And I don't feel like if you're in a relationship with somebody or you married to somebody, you should have to be on guard like that. Now the whole like Tyler Perry movie thing, like that's like an extreme. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I ain't gonna say it never happened, but I don't think it happens like as often as what people might think it happens.
So is it a need? Is it a make sure you don't need no man or make sure you don't have to rely on no man? Do you think that's different?
It's definitely different. And I think it is more so don't.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to rely on a man. And I mean, I don't know, times are changing. Times are changing. Like
That's
our generation is moving. We we get shit done. Especially with the pandemic too. Like everybody started to hustle.
Yeah.
Everybody got them like a little business because everybody trying to be
doing
down bad. So everybody in
Right.
their bag really. So.
Who's it more on, men or women?
I think it's a little of both, but I think it's a more stronger thing coming from like the women's like mentality side. Like they come with this whole, like she said, come with a whole new business. So if a girl come to you with 2 master's degrees, 4 businesses, and she making $200,000 a year, and you trying to step to it, she gonna look at you like you know what I mean. So it's gonna bring a man value down because you got to understand like most men don't make $100,000 a year. Most people ain't making 200,000. Most people ain't millionaires. So if a girl is in that bracket and she see you coming in making your 55,000, she like, I mean, you cute, but
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like I need somebody who make at least what I'm making or more. So your value, so that man feels devalued in a sense. Like I ain't good enough for her. I was good enough for the other 10 chicks, but this girl over here, I ain't good enough for her. So of course that's gonna take a hit to his ego. So his value come down. And your value come down, you act like a devalued man. So now you just run through chicks. Now you really don't care. Cause probably in your mind you're like, why would I be a good guy if I'm run to a chick who gonna just see me as the $55,000 dude and don't see no value in it.
That's tough. I mean, we
Yeah.
did talk about that like a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
if a dude is making 200,000 and a girl's making 55,000, it's different.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Because
it's
the man's
definitely
gonna
different.
take care of her. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
he's like okay, whatever. But I was telling you, I mean, it just depends on like the man. Like if he has like a vision and a plan and he wants to work towards.
What if he not doing it though? Because every man ain't doing
Well,
it.
then that's a bum then. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Fuck
You a
him.
bum.
Hey, appreciate your honesty. Y'all hear that? You're bums. You're bums. Wow.
My
If
God.
you don't have no goals and ambitions and you find 55,000, that's you. But like,
But he can
there's
still be a
more money
man though.
out
Yeah.
here.
But my thing is he can still be a man.
Okay, but
though.
what I'm seeing as like,
Okay.
please y'all. What I'm hearing you say is that like he's settling. He don't care. He don't got no goals, no ambitions. That's what I'm saying.
He can have goals. I mean, he can have goals and ambitions, but it ain't got to be like yours.
His goals and ambitions don't have to be career based though. He can
That's
be
what I'm
content
saying.
with his career, and I've come to realize like a lot of women feel like you need to always be trying to make more or up it. No, I think it's okay to be content in your career, what you're doing, but you can still have ambitions and dreams outside of your career. You can still want a wife, you can still want to start a family, all that type of stuff.
Because it ain't all
Just be
about
comfortable
it ain't all
and
about
content.
financial
Yeah.
ambition. You just want to have a happy home, a decent job,
Peace.
take care of your kids, and be debt free.
Yeah.
That's really what it's about.
The pursuit of money is
Man, I'm telling you.
the overwhelming pursuit of money is the devil's playground.
Because it changed your mentality. Like you see men as a bum if he ain't doing
But
something.
no,
extra.
I mean like especially like as like like minorities and stuff. Like I feel like we've always been like so oppressed that like just to like be okay with the bare minimum when you can just like excel and create generational wealth and just like take it there, like if you can and you have the willpower, like do it. Like like why we gotta settle for it,
So what if you the one that's ambitious and he just like, hey, I'm cool with going to work. I'll plan out trips and everything, and I'm gonna love you, this and that. He gonna do all of that, but you the one with the ambition, so you can want to be starting a business, but he can kind of support you in your business. Is that cool? He not gonna be funding them because you be the one making the money that's funding them.
Right.
But he's supporting you. He go post your stuff on Instagram, Twitter.
He gonna support with his.
He gonna be out there spending the
McDonald's manager
sign.
salary.
He gonna be spending the insurance
Yeah.
sign. He might do all that.
I mean, then that's like we can work with that. We can work with that, but it's just like, will it mesh? Like, will we work? Because like, if I'm so ambitious and I'm willing to go the extra mile, make sure we have all the funds and stuff, but I think, are we gonna have like a roadblock where we like, I don't know. I guess it just depends on your personalities, but
if he making about 60, let's say if he making $60,000 and you making 100, I think he should be able to still pay bills and fund whatever.
absolutely. And if he's responsible with his money too,
Sure.
then that's
Yeah.
perfect. I mean, that's not too far off from me. You're in a good tax bracket. you know how to manage your money well. Now if it's different, you make it 60,000, you in a strip club and you doing too
Right,
much.
well, I ain't talking about that. We talking about just regular Joe
No,
Schmo.
but if he
He
handle
makes
his
60
money,
grand.
maybe he invest a little bit here
Right,
or there.
right. Pay his tithes and offerings, and he come on to the crib.
Perfect.
Right.
Oh, you cool with it?
Yeah.
Nah, he not trying to be ambitious. He not trying to do nothing like that. He just clock in, clock out.
That's fine, but maybe like once, you know, he's.
That's fine,
But it's always a bud on it.
But like once he like, you know, has been with me for so long and has seen like my ambition in the places that maybe it takes me, he might want to jump on board, you know, and we could.
well,
like,
that's
do
cool because
something
you might be the one to inspire him. You might be the one to change his
So see,
mind.
we ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about Mike. That's fantasy. We talking about if it's like this, because most likely it's gonna be the latter and not him just, man, she inspired me to want to be the best ballerina New York has ever seen on Broadway. Like, he might not want to do all that. He might just be cool with being a mechanic, fixing on cars, and coming on to the crib.
Maybe I just know too many scorn women, but again, it's just like
That too.
if you're making more
Mm-hmm.
and that divorce happens or whatever.
Oh, so
You know
your
what
so
I'm
your
saying?
mentality is based on fear and lack, fear and scarcity. You just don't want to fail. Like, you gotta always be protected
That's good though. I mean, what to some degree.
Absolutely.
to some degree.
To some degree, it is. That is a good thing.
Because if we go into it thinking like that, you always thinking of like the worst, then that's how it's gonna come.
Yeah.
Well, I don't feel like you can, especially if you're trying to start a family and stuff. You can't have two completely ambitious people that's always worried about their career or advancing in their career. You have to have somebody that is
Willing to stay at the crib.
right, you know,
Somebody
or not
gotta
even
be at
staying. Well, yeah, like
Somebody
stay in the
gotta be
crib, but
there.
somebody that's willing to kind of take the back seat. You know what I mean? Because you know everybody needs some support as you climbing the ladder. So you know while you climbing the ladder, you know if he's content in what he's doing. And like you say, he managing his money, he doing all that type of stuff, you know. Maybe he's just there to be your support to allow you to climb as far as you want to climb. You know what I mean? And be there to, you know, like if y'all have kids, maybe he there to take care of the kids or, you know what I'm saying? Like be there while you go to school or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
It's a two-sided coin to a man with ambition too.
Yeah.
Because if he got ambition and he always got something going on, he never at home.
Never at home, as in what way?
He gonna get the money. He ambitious. Ambitious people they don't sit at home.
12 hours a day.
They ain't worried about just having sex with you. They gotta go out and they gonna miss
So
some.
he gonna be gone 12
They gonna miss
hours.
some dance recitals.
Yeah.
He gonna miss some soccer games, some football games. He got to go out and go get it. That's the kind of man you wanted. See, I don't think about the other side. I think about just the money. But the money got to come from him working. So if he out working, he might have to travel to Dubai. He might have to go to. He might want to open up several mechanic shops. He might want one in Phoenix. He gonna want one in LA.
Mm-hmm.
He got to go out there.
That's fine, you know, keep active, be a busy man, but also make time. You know, set your priorities. And if I can't be on your priority, if I'm the last thing because you're doing X, Y, and Z, it ain't gonna work for me. Figure it out. Shit.
Yeah, figure it out.
That sound easy. It sound easy.
So to answer the question, I think it's more on women too, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's like 50% bad, 50% good. I think it's a good thing that women, you know, are ambitious, more ambitious, because in 2022 you need two incomes. You know what I'm saying? Like you need two incomes nowadays. So it's good that you got drive and you ambitions and all that type of stuff, you know, but it's also but realize that we were created to be together. Like, you know, like I need you, you need me. We need each other. You know what I'm saying? So you don't devalue me, I won't devalue you. You know, and you know, like we said, like I've never heard a man say I don't need no woman, ever. You know, and I would love to if y'all have heard that, please comment and let me know. I've never heard that. You know, but you heard that from women a lot. You know what I mean? And that's why I say, and like that's the bad part about it, like because now you not only are you affecting who you are, you're affecting anybody who hears that, whether it be boys or girls. You know, you in a household and you got daughters and you always saying, I don't need no man, I don't need no nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's how she gonna grow up thinking. Mm-hmm. You know, and then they may put a sour taste in her mouth about men, period. You know, and same thing with men, like, you know, you got a son in the house, he hearing all the time, like, I don't need no man, I don't need no man. So then he gonna
He
go
don't
like,
feel bad.
right. He gonna be like, man, F these women in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, because
They don't
they ain't gonna
value
need me
me.
no way.
They don't value me. Why
But
would I value
like
them?
you said, it be in the rap music. Fuck these bitches, give money, shit like that. Slap
Yeah.
her on the ass, throw some money. Like
Yeah.
it's basically implying you don't even
Y'all should be protesting, not dancing. You see, that's
And we
what I'm saying.
and we is that all them slut walks. You know what I'm saying? Amber Rose, she be throwing them slut walks. And
Yeah,
shit.
and people
Women are
out
more
there.
empowered. We using our bodies now, and we
Yeah.
not in a bad way, but you know, I'm just saying like we feeling ourselves. We, you know.
Y'all should be y'all should be trying to protect y'all image, man. If y'all got girls doing slut walks and Meg Thee Stallion shaking her ass every single song.
Okay,
talking
but
about
the slut walks are not necessarily like, yes, I'm gonna be a slut and take as many whatever. It's just like let women be, let them do what they want with their body. If I wanna have hairy armpits, whatever, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like.
Oh, is that what it is?
I mean, it's for
Oh, I don't know.
it's for all
Yeah.
the stigmas that's placed against women,
Around.
especially pertaining to like our bodies.
So
and
she
shit.
make a slut walk to show that we not sluts.
But that basically like so.
You can do what you want to do.
Yeah, like men can do what the fuck they men can have X amount of bodies, but let a woman like, oh, it's such a problem or some shit like that.
But when we do though, it's not like when we have X amount of bodies, we don't get critiqued for it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go to a girl and be like, oh, I didn't hit 74 girls last year, and then like she gonna be like, oh, congratulations. You know what I'm saying?
No, she
She
won't.
gonna think
but
something about it.
for most girls,
But she'll look past it.
they might be, yeah, they might be like, okay,
Yeah.
like he got like experience or something.
Right,
Like I've
right.
heard that like a lot.
Mhm.
You know, he know what he doing or whatever.
Yeah.
But like for girls, just like, oh fuck no, like there's a bitch.
Because I mean, that's what y'all value come from, y'all. Your chastity, your body, your
Your
face.
temple.
And so where does your value come from?
You've been saying it the whole time.
But when I say that, then it's like that's all I want us for.
But we know it's bad morally, but we understand.
Yeah.
That I mean, it ain't just y'all. Society puts finances on men.
Yeah. So I mean, like, cause just think that's how it's been from the beginning.
That's a whole-
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not like you know, like the women in 2022 have came up with this idea. And now it's y'all fault. You know what I'm saying? It's been like this since forever. Cause the further you go back, the more it was like that. Because you know, the further you go back, like women weren't working for real or weren't expected to work. It was expected for the man to, you know, kind of do everything. You know what I'm saying? Like they were just like homebodies. So we know it's not y'all fault. You know, we understand what it is. We understand how it is. Same way with women. Women know how, you know, understand what it is and how it is. You know, they understand that, you know, their value is tied to their chastity to some degree. That's why she created the slut walk. You know what I'm saying? It's a double-edged sword.
Let me ask you, how you feel about sluts or women that are?
You know,
women nice?
I don't see my definition of. I don't really think anybody's slut. I think that people, and I don't think I'm not gonna even say like slut is a bad word. It's like that's a made up word to make somebody feel bad about what they doing what they do. If you're not hurting nobody, do what you want. If you want 17 bodies a day, you not hurting nobody. Do what you want. You're not spreading AIDS or nothing. Free will, you know. But it's like, I feel like like I said, like it goes back to just like hurting people. Like if you like, okay, like. Shit, I'm thinking so fast, but like somebody that's like a home wrecker or something. You sleeping with somebody else's man and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You a slut ass bitch, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, if you just doing what you want, you ain't hurting nobody. You out here doing what makes you happy. Then it is really
I'm asking, how do you feel? What is your initial thought process of this girl right here is a whore? What is your thoughts? Like you like do your thing, girl. More power to you. More power to the pussy.
Well, like you said, as long as it ain't hurt nobody, right?
I mean,
I ain't talking about it ain't holding. I'm talking about what is her visual, like what is your thought process of a girl who sleep with hella people, sleep with hella dudes versus a dude who sleep with hella girls. Like it's a difference. You see it as different. You feel like that's different. Like I look to a girl but a dude is like he experienced.
with her. I mean, I might just think like, okay, like maybe like what's going on? Not like in a bad way, but like. Maybe this is something that she does for like career. Maybe this is just something that she enjoys. Well, why does she do it? Did something happen or something? I think a little bit into that. And I mean, I don't think about it in the most positive, like, oh my God,
right.
Yes, bitch. But it's just like, it's like, interesting. But I don't try to jump into people's business too much.
I get it.
All right, let's go on to the next question. So that loss, that devaluation, why do you think it's more prevalent in black communities than it, or seems to be at least more prevalent in black communities than in white communities?
we can go about this a lot of ways. But for one that just jumped off my head, I feel like it's because like with black men, like they kind of treat black women a little bit like not the best, and then here comes Sally, and now she is guaranteed $100,000 after the divorce, and she taken care of, she in the house, and he done made it to the NFL, and woo, like we see these scenarios all the time, and I think that we just tired of it. Like, fuck it, we're gonna boss up on you too. It's whatever.
I want to stop. I want to try to end the stigma that black men mistreat black women so much. I think there are more good men than there are bad men. I truly do. I think there are more men that are willing to, show respect and treat their woman with at least some sense of decency, as opposed to men that are just, dogs. You know what I mean? And maybe like 20 years ago, maybe that was different. I think now, because I think men, especially black men, have really tried to step up to the plate more, as far as being fathers, being father figures, being role models, things of the sort, So I think it's more prevalent in the black community because I think black people are more outspoken. Like black people, we go say how we feel, like we'll voice our opinion more, especially within our own communities. Now we don't have the national stage that white people do, but in our communities, like, we gonna say how we feel, say what we think, so with people out here, like men out here talking about how women are, and music is a big component in it as well. But men out here saying that women ain't this and women ain't that, and women, black men, and then black women out here saying men ain't this and men ain't that. I think that's why it's more prevalent, because we more vocal, we say how we feel more, and we let other people know, like, this is how I feel, this is what it is, this is what I think about men, this is what I think about women, and white people, they tend to kind of keep all that in more, because I think perception means a lot more to white people than it does to black people. Like, 9 times out of 10, we don't care what you think of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what they think. I don't care what, you know what I'm saying? White people care. Like, they care. Like, they care about what their neighbors think of them. You know what I'm saying? They care about what, people in their family think of them. So they, they tend to keep this stuff under wraps more.
Because white people they still use shame.
Yeah.
They still use shame to get you back in line. Like,
you can't shame a black person.
Black person, they be like, man, I don't care. You can't tell me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like she, like the whole, like she said, the slut walk thing. Like, it just do you, be you, whatever you want to do. As long as you hurt nobody, you good. It's like, but your actions are hurting people though. It might not be directly. It might just be indirectly. Like having a slut walk. What is a little girl looking? How's a little girl seeing that? As a 10-year-old girl, she's seeing a slut walk, and she's looking out her window, looking at supposed sluts walking down the street. Like, what is her thought process? So she gonna grow up with the same mentality, like, I'll just go be sexually liberated and have sex with me niggas. I won't get these niggas for their money, this and that. Like, what is...
That works both ways, though.
It works both ways. Which way?
I'm saying, because, like, you saying, like, little girls see the slut walk and they figure, like, okay, this is who I'm going to be when I grow up. I think young boys see...
the slut walk and think, like,
all
girls are sluts?
No, I'm saying, well, that too. But I'm saying, like, young boys see how rappers talk about, women and, which is kind of the same thing. They see the music videos with, how they like mistreating women and got all these girls twerking and all that type of stuff. So they want to grow up and be the same way. Like, I want to be a little baby, or I want to be, I don't know, I want to be,
the baby.
Right, the baby, you know what I'm saying? I want to be out here, with all this money and all these girls, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so it kind of works both ways.
And I get it. I mean, even with rap music, I think it's almost kind of like what came first, the chicken or the egg, because like, would the rappers be talking about them girls if they wasn't like that?
So you think? Well,
but let's take it back. Let's break it down. Because if Snoop Dogg saying, all of them ain't shit, like, what particular girl you talking about? You talking about all girls? What girls you talking about? So if he said something like that, I'm not saying all girls are. I'm just saying that lyric, that mentality behind the lyric came from an experience.
Mm-hmm.
So if girls was acting like that and he came and put it on record, how you blaming him for what he said if that's what he see?
Well, just because he see it don't mean he have to say it.
That's true.
And you definitely don't have to broadcast it to the world.
But we still talking about responsibility. So
Okay.
if it's about, if he's talking about what he experienced,
Mm-hmm.
it can't just, is it wrong?
It's not necessarily wrong.
If they talking about police brutality, was it wrong for them to bring it up?
Okay, so it's just like with the slut walk. Okay, the slut walk is not necessarily wrong, but the
image is wrong.
What you're portraying is wrong. So with Snoop Dogg, him saying that, saying that it may not have been wrong, because like you said, that's what he experienced, but the image that you're portraying is wrong. Like
True.
So it's the same thing.
I mean, I'm not saying he right for what he was saying. I believe he did. I always said, I ain't gonna say I always said, but I realized like that whole NWA, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, they did a number on us like as kids.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
Because they came up in the era where like we didn't have daddies. Like they was our daddies. And like look what we looking at as our fathers. You know what I'm saying? So it was just all bad. But now it's like a whole new wave. Now you got female rappers. Now them same girls that were talking about one shit, they got microphones now.
Yeah.
So now that's the Meg Thee Stallion, the what's that girl named Big Lotto, and the rest of them.
Catie and
So they giving woman empowerment. You know what I'm saying? They bring Beyonce back, man. Well, Beyonce got to have the babies, man. Stuff went crazy. Beyonce, come back, cause man, hey, it's getting out of control out there. It's getting out of control, man.
So what you think? Who contributes more? No. Why do you think there's a difference in the black community and white community as far as the devaluation?
Oh yeah. I think Ayana said the same. Ayana Van Zandt, I think that's her name.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I think now she said we are paid to be out of order. So like people being out of order, like you incentivized to do it. You incentivized to get divorces. You incentivized to incentivized to do things that should be unnatural to you to do.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So like you said, like for us it's broadcasted, it's on TV, it's in music. Like white people ain't got like you ain't gonna hear Sheryl Crow talk about how horrible her nigga was. Like you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna hear what's old girl name? The girl Kanye West embarrassed. What's her name?
Kim or Amber?
Taylor Swift.
No, Taylor Swift.
Oh, Taylor.
Like you ain't gonna hear Taylor Swift come out with no ass shaking song and like they just not go. It's certain things they like you said they have an image to uphold. So regardless of what they go through in their personal life, they never gonna let you know about it.
Not even an image to uphold, but an image that they care about upholding. Like black people definitely have an image that we want to uphold, but we don't care about how that image looks.
Yeah.
You know, like whatever it is that we want, that's what we go try to portray and uphold. Like white people care about what that image looks like. You know what I'm saying?
White people got their parents in their house, like they telling them, hey, don't you do that, don't do this. You bringing this kind of person home. You ain't doing it. You ain't like they not standing for that. Like in black community, like we don't have that. We ain't got that kind of like structure and community and village no more. Like well, it might be coming back, but we didn't grow up with that whole village of Mr. Johnson go smack you in your face. He see you out there doing wrong. Like white folks might have that,
especially like in our age range. You know what I'm saying? Like we grew up in a horrible time.
I just think it's totally different, man. Like white people, like they've been raised, in the culture wise, they've been raised different than we have. They've been raised to care. They've been raised to do certain things, regardless of they didn't get whoopers and stuff like that. They still been raised they still been raised in a certain structure that when they leave their household, they still lead a life like that.
I think about that all the time. I really do, because in my job, I see a lot of white people like with their kids, and their kids be acting a donkey. And I'll be thinking like, man, if that was my son, I would knock his head off his shoulders.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
AKA
at the same time, but then I always think like, man, but is that the right thing to do? Like when black people see a white kids or any kids acting up, we always think that way. But is that the best course to take? Because although those kids be acting a donkey sometimes, those kids usually end up going to college, graduating with a degree, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a slippery slope. Like, you never know, like, how it works.
Yeah, but they end up going to school and college and all that because they have the generational wealth to do that.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? They gonna get the private tutors. They gonna take the best tests in the best facilities. Mom and daddy gonna pay for school and shit like that. Like, they come on now. For the most part, they got that stuff handed to them. Like I go to a PWI, I see that stuff all the time.
But that's another thing you said, like they parents. So if most black kids growing up in single parent household, mama can't send you to college.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta go to
You don't get a scholarship?
You know what I'm saying? You can't go to SLU.
Yeah.
Mama ain't got enough for SLU, baby. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, you don't get no scholarship, you did, unfortunately.
yeah.
Unfortunately. All right, so let's go to the next question. So do you think that loss, that devaluation has contributed to the deterioration of relationships?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
You sounded sad when you said that.
I mean, 'cause I think about my own like a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and since
Your own what?
relationship, I mean, like since like becoming, I guess, like the cash cow in a sense.
In your relationship, you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, we're both young, you know.
Oh.
He's playing basketball and stuff in school, and they get like their little checks and stuff. But me being a bottle girl, and working in the industry and stuff like that, it's just like you're getting fast money, you're getting a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, why are you telling me not to go out when, boy, I got X amount of money, but I would do what I want. You know what I'm saying? You don't care, like I don't know. It's a lot, but I mean, you got. You really gotta ground yourself. I don't know.
So, okay,
you the perfect guest.
I know. So are you
all the stuff.
So you said you gotta ground yourself, but are you grounded if you telling him like, nigga, no, I'm going because I'm finna get this, and this. Is that being grounded?
No, but what I'm saying is like, not what I'm doing is like not right. I need to ground myself. I need to humble myself because I'm big headed. I get really big headed. Mm-hmm. And as fast as you get it, as fast as God can take it.
That's true.
Calm down.
That's true. So what you think? You think that loss has contributed to the deterioration of relationships?
Yeah, for sure. Yes, it most definitely has done that.
Why? Elaborate.
Because, I mean, the different mentalities we've been talking about, like not feeling valued, women feeling super valued, you know what I'm saying? And like she been telling y'all the whole time, like I got the money, I make the rules. So women who think like that understand, like if you ain't got the money, you don't make no rules. I can do what I want to do, regardless if you don't like it. You just gonna have to deal with it. So now you got to put yourself in his shoes and be like, whoa, like where my value come in there. So like where my feelings about what you doing comes in, like.
Or do they matter? Because
like if you a bottle girl, you gotta understand like bottle girls are sexualized in a sense. So you around men who come there, they drinking, they doing whatever, they see you, they're like, man, she fine.
And that's why they come. They only coming to see you.
I love girls with freckles. Like, and they saying, and he understand that while he in his dorm room or his apartment, they're like, my girl out there doing whatever, talking to whoever, whatever. So he gotta have trust in that.
Yeah.
So that's hard.
You just build up like this hustler mentality for
Yeah. But we're talking about how he feel about your hustling mentality. Especially about the way you go about your hustle.
But that's the thing, like if you not putting down, I gotta do what I got to do.
So has being a bottle girl affected your relationship? Like has it contributed to the deterioration of your relationship? If it's deteriorated at all? I don't even know if it's deteriorated, I'm just from what you said, it sounds like,
Yeah. I mean, no, like, we're going strong, but I mean, there's definitely, like, ups and downs with it as well, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just learning how to make it work for us, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and
that's all you can do.
he's an athlete, so it's like, he's entertainment industry too, so it's like, there's a lot of stuff that comes with that, so he's had his pleasure, you know what I'm saying? So it's... And we hear about, athletes all the time, especially basketball players, so it's like...
They out there.
And the women that come after them, I mean, they're sexualized. You tall, you black, you tatted.
True.
You like you going.
You can hoop too, or you might go to the
going somewhere, girl.
There, girl. Let me not take these pills for a couple weeks.
Don't poke a hole in that condom.
I mean, you gotta be trying. Ain't no girl with jail for that.
For what?
Poking holes in the condom.
Yeah,
they locked up for attempted robbery. They called it something.
Wow, really?
Yeah, like
that's dope.
No, it was like sexual. They called it sexual assault. Yeah. I hope she get about 10 years for that.
That's gangster.
Because that's hard.
It
Hard.
is. It is. That's gangster.
Yeah. But I mean, it's hard. It's trust on both sides. You know what I'm saying? But men protective, man. We protective, possessive, and we don't want our girl flaunting everything. She all on Instagram. She half naked. She a body girl. I already got to deal with the fact that she gorgeous. Like, so just dealing with all that at one time, like a man gonna be feeling a certain way, regardless if in the NBA, NFL, soccer league, whatever he do, ping pong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a lot come with it.
I think a lot of times, like, women feel like, he's insecure, or maybe he just, girl, he don't want me to have no fun. But men have a genuine fear, we know what the world is. We know how things are. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know how men can be at times. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't even us just worried about, like, some dude smacking you in your ass or something like that. It's like we worried about somebody, like, snatch you into their car. You know what I mean? So our delivery may not always be the best. You know what I mean? We may not know how to express that. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe, we may feel like, okay, maybe that will seem soft if we came to you on some, I'm like genuinely worried about your safety type of stuff. But I think sometimes that's definitely what it is. We be like genuinely worried about, like, your safety and well-being, not just, what you are or aren't getting. I think that's definitely what it is. So how can we get some of this value back? What's the recipe?
That's a good question.
Can't get it back, huh? It's over with, huh? Yeah, just deal with it.
I don't think we're gonna stop at all, progressing and
I agree.
multiple streams of income and getting to the bag and doing what we gotta do. So, I mean, not that, you guys can get that value back, but I just think, like, maybe I just gotta step like a little bit more. Yeah,
so, okay, so how is it done? What's your suggestion? If a man came to you and said, how do I get some of my value back? What would you tell him?
I think we just done with the games. Like, just be straightforward. Like, what are your intentions? What you gonna bring to the table? Like, what we got going on? Like, what we gonna do? Like, all this talking for 3 months and you ain't doing shit. We ain't doing. Like, I think men.
So that's dead, huh?
Yeah.
Chivalry, huh?
We ain't talking for 3 months. I don't know.
No.
It's a big question, man. It's a big question, man.
All that 3 months, I ain't looking. What we doing? That's hard, man. Now, what do you supposed to do? I mean, I'm just trying to get to know you. You don't know what to say.
Right. How we get that value back, Pierre?
Only the easiest way I can say to get it back is, like she said, you got to level up. So, because if you're not coming with nothing, a girl could feel like she respecting you for if you ain't got. If a girl feel like if I got more than you, what am I submitting to? Why would I follow your lead and I'm leading a better life than you are?
And it's like, why am I, like, making all this money? I'm paying my own bills. I'm doing this, and I gotta sit in the house and be miserable because you want me to. Why? I'm gonna go out and let my hair down and have some fun. I'm gonna go spend my money.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. We talking about you as far as you being sexualized.
Yeah, if you work hard, you should be able to play hard. I agree with that.
Yeah, everybody should get their moments.
But all that, trying to tell me what to do.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't agree with telling you what to do.
Yeah.
But what does a leader do? What does a leader do as far as what is his right? As a leader, you want a man to lead. You want a man to lead, but not tell you what to do. So, like, how do you find the fine line in I'm leading you? I'm not telling you what to do. I'm leading us to this. How do you decipher what is what?
Well, basically, like we've been talking about. Okay, you don't want me to go out or be with my friends and be whatever. Okay, so, like, let's plan some stuff to do. Maybe let's plan some trips. Give me something to look forward to, or let's do every Friday, like, a date night or something. Or maybe, you get your friends involved, I get my friends involved, we go out together, we kick it, whatever. Or, like, just, like, give people, like, a little bit of space. Like, I feel like when people, like, all on top of each other, it's just like, back
Not
up.
too much. What's your sign?
I'm Pisces.
Man, I'm good.
So I've been thinking about this question for past couple of days, like, how do we get some of the value back? And I was kind of stumped for a while, but what I came up with is it starts at the beginning. And when I say the beginning, I mean raising your kids.
Yeah.
Like, I know they can be, you know, they may sound a little droll or whatever the case may be, but I think that's the best way to do it. Like, you know, raising, and by raising, I mean setting an example. So, you know, don't give up on your, you know, don't give up so easy on your relationship to show your kids that two people can be together and it can work. You know what I'm saying? If that can't work, you know, don't badmouth the opposite sex in front of your kids. Like, you shouldn't be out here saying that, you know, as a woman, you don't need a man, and men shouldn't be out here saying that, you know, women ain't this and women ain't that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of where it starts. So you implement the right ideas and you plant the right seeds. So, you know, as your kids grow, you know, those seeds germinate and they grow. You know, so then when they get older, they'll understand that, you know, there's a balance to everything. You know, I can be happy as hell, but I will be even happier if I had the right person to share that happiness with. And I think, like, people aren't doing that. Like, people are feeling like I could be as happy as possible on my own. I don't think that's true. You know, like, you get somebody to share that happiness with, and it's go up it, you know, 100%. You know, so like, you know, when you a parent, or even not even as a parent, but just as a role model, you know, you got nieces, you got nephews, you got, you know, little kids that you be around and look up to you, little cousins or whatever the case may be. Like, you know, have a conversation with them. Like, you know, watch what you say around kids. You know what I mean? Like, stop cursing around the kids all the time and saying all the dumb ignorant stuff. You know what I mean? So then they pick up on it and, you know, they just pass it down. So it's a generational thing. Like, it started wherever it started at, it's just been, you know, and it kept going. So,
I mean, and I like what you said too, starting with the way you raise your kids too. Because I mean, like, if the father is missing, or the mom, like, I've been hearing a lot lately, like, mom's taking the kid away from the dad for years and years and years because she's upset with him or he don't want to be with her or some shit like that. Like, now you already putting subconsciously in their head, like, mommy don't need daddy and daddy don't need mommy.
yep.
You think that's normal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you hearing the rap songs and you see all the other stuff on the internet, so it's like, yeah, fuck this sex and fuck that sex.
The music and television be giving you like that confirmation bias. Like, I
Yeah.
already think one way, but now I see it.
Yeah.
Now I heard it. So okay, it must be true then.
Confirmation bias. I like that.
Yeah. I saw this one. It was a clip. This woman, she said she was talking to an 8th grade girl, and she said the 8th grade girl said she asked her a question like, "What do you see your life as far as a relationship?" And the girl was like, "Well, I don't want a relationship." She was like, "Okay, so do you want kids?" She was like, "Yeah, I want 2 kids." And the lady said, "So you want 2 kids? Like, so you want a husband?" She was like, "No, I don't want a husband." And she was like, "So why you want 2 kids without a husband or a relationship?" She was just like, "Because I mean, why would I want a relationship? Why would I get married? Like, man, he might be crazy. He might try to beat me up. He might be all this and that." And she was like, so he was like, so the girl was like, so the woman say, "So you would rather have a kid with that man before you marry him?"
Right.
Like, but that's a 12, 13-year-old girl thinking like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, she's gonna be a terror to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you see her role models doing it. Like
Right.
Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
She got 2 kids, her and Travis Scott not even married.
Yeah.
And they barely even dating.
I just saw old dude, Miracle Watson, dude, they ain't even married.
Yeah, and don't she got, wait, is that the chick that got like 8, 9 kids?
Miracle Watson? I don't think she.
No, I'm thinking of I can't think of her name. It's another.
Like, marriage ain't important. Like, it's not a necessity. And I think that image, like, of billionaires, rich women having kids but not getting married, like, look what they showing.
Yeah.
Women like something. What good girls will grow up thinking like, why need a man? Like, I can be Kylie Jenner. I can be Miracle Watts. I can be Rihanna. I can be a billionaire, have my stuff, and just have my baby. I don't need no man. I'm a billionaire. Like, so like, that's what you teaching. You know what I'm saying? So we need to bring marriage back, man. I wasn't an advocate for marriage. I had to grow to become that. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand when I was young, I was like, marriage and kids when they're 22. Nah, marriage and kids? Nah, I'm never doing that. That's what my mentality was. Because I didn't see value in it. That's what I'm benefiting in it.
I was actually kind of the opposite. Like my mother and my stepfather was married, but they did not have a good marriage at all. You know, So I think it made me feel like, man, I want to get this right. Like I want to do it the right way, you know. So, you know, it taught me a lot about the wrong way to do it. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, being you know, having kids in the household and stuff, you know, my parents definitely did the best they could, you know. You know, my mother, you know, I feel like is a saint. She's like a female Jesus to me, you know. But I'm just saying, like, you know, so it taught me a lot of things, like how not to do stuff. So, you know, I'm trying to pass that on to my kids. And parenting is hard as a motherfricker. Like,
ain't no
man,
book for it. Ain't no book. Ain't nobody can tell you. You can't prepare for it.
Bro, parenting is
it's
so
on the job training.
It is. It really is. Parenting is so hard. And even, you know, I also think like bad mouthing the women bad mouthing their kids' father, you know, men bad mouthing their kids' mama, like that's like the worst thing you could do. Like as a man that has custody of his kids, you know, like I've truly done my best to never say an ill word about about my kids' mom. You know, of course, although I felt the type, you know, certain type of way towards her about some things and stuff, but you know, I think that's a really bad thing too, because, you know, kids just aren't going to take it as, you know, it's not just like, okay, my mom is this. It's going to be like, oh, women are this. Mm-hmm. You know, it ain't going to be like, oh, my dad is this. No, men are this. You know what I'm saying? So, because kids take everything, you know, take everything literal, basically, you know, and they going to run with it. Yeah. So that's another thing.
Especially if you don't explain it.
Yeah.
You just say it and just let it be.
Yeah. And I feel like people be scared to allow their kids to see things for themselves. That's one thing I've really tried to do. Like, let my kids see things for themselves, like make up their own minds, you know, figure things out on their own. You know what I'm saying? And it can be hard to do and frustrating at times, but I think it's the best course of action. You know what I'm saying? Because that way, you know, you don't have no influence on them feeling no type of bad way. You know, of course you try to misdirect them or steer them to what's right and what's good, but you definitely don't want to have no influence in them feeling or doing what's bad. So I think we definitely got to stop bad mouthing our mates.
Agreed.
Yeah. So
you grew up both parents in the house?
I do not.
You got brothers and sisters?
I do.
You the oldest?
I am.
I can tell. How many? Oldest of how many?
Of 4. My dad has 16, so I'm definitely not the oldest. But with my mom's kids that I've lived with my life, yeah.
How did your mama? How did she make you view men since you didn't grow up with your dad? Like,
do you think she influenced your view of men?
Absolutely.
For the worse, for the bad?
I think for the better for me, and not for the bad. Like, you know, at the end of the day, like I just think I'm more cautious. I'm not like, oh look, I don't need a man. Fuck a man. Like he's stupid. He's that. Like. I want my man to feel needed, like, yeah, like, you know, like, help me out, you know what I'm saying? Like, take care of me. Like, I definitely love that, and I appreciate that aspect. And I so much love chivalry. So much. But I just think it's just more so a thing of just be, like, cautious, you know?
True.
You know, because of a lot of things that she went through, especially why she's not with my dad, and X, Y, and Z.
Right. Did you see any of that? Being the oldest?
A lot.
Too much? I understand. I feel you on that.
They can run a number on you right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the part of the segment where we give our game away. So today we've been talking about the devaluation of the male role, rather. If you could think of something that has to do with this topic, some game, some advice that you can give away to the people, what would it be?
Like to the men?
Period.
To whoever.
Men or women.
Yeah, you can do both.
Just like in accordance with this topic, though.
Well, man, what I'm gonna say is like I've been saying, like if you like, if you like, you know, in this day and age, really like want a woman to like jump on that and take you serious, like, you know, it's. Juicy J just said it. We gotta stop acting like, you know, it's bullshit.
Juicy J. Please. Shout out to Juicy J. Shout out to Juicy J.
Jesus. Bring up Juicy J. I do exactly what you was getting ready to say, too.
I've had regulars, you know, as she should tell me multiple times, you know, y'all gotta stop acting like it's bad to pay a woman's bills. You don't gotta pay all of them. Maybe like, hey, baby, I fuck with you. You know, let me take the car note. Let me take the insurance. You know, I hear that so much. So maybe it's just, maybe it's just from the people that I'm around, but like definitely step up your game,
And pay your bill, huh?
not necessarily. But maybe
Step up your game and pay your bill. No,
if she texts you and she say, "Oh, I'm going to the nail shop," and you be like, "Oh, okay, that's cool. What you doing now?" Come on, no text back. No text back.
Wow.
Yeah.
But he's not your man though, so why would he?
But that's how you gonna be my man.
Wow.
Gotta pay to play, baby.
Hey,
Yeah.
y'all heard it here first. Don't give it away game, baby. Y'all heard it here first. So
Man.
wait, I have a rebuttal on that.
Like-
So
I mean, this your segment, this your side, so it's gonna be all combined and all together.
what I wait, man. Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. Do it. Go ahead.
So that sounds extraordinarily unfair.
Y'all wanna
And it
be-
does.
y'all-
It does because men are expected to give away so much in the beginning to get pretty much so little. Like we are expected to pay and be attentive and text back within 37 seconds and make sure we don't miss your phone calls and all that. You know what I'm saying? Just to I don't even know where is the give and take in it? Like where's the 50-50 in it? In the beginning, it should be 50-50 to me. Then you allow somebody to decide if they want to take on more of a role. Give me a chance. Like I should be able to, I should have a chance to decide if I want to take 80 and give you 20. In the beginning, it shouldn't be like, oh, if I'm going to get my nails done, I just seen it on Instagram. This girl was like, she was talking to this dude, and she told the dude that she was going to pick up some food for her and her son. So he was like, oh, okay, well, I'll holler at you later or whatever. So her family got mad and said that she don't need to talk to him no more because he didn't offer to pay for her McDonald's. Now I don't even think, I hope I ain't lying, but I don't even think they had been on a date. Like they were just kind of talking, but like they were pissed off that he didn't offer to pay for her son food and stuff. I'm thinking like the level of asininity in there is like, come on, man.
I agree. I mean, especially if they haven't been on a date before, and paying for her son too. Like that's not your child,
Right.
But at the same time, it's like with the nails thing. Like the term dick grabbers. Like if y'all fucking with each other and you gonna see her at the end of the night and you want that shit wrapped around your shit,
but there's.
and you want your woman to look good. You want your.
That's true, but me paying for your nails is not a precursor for sex.
No, it's not what I'm talking about. If that's your relationship, you talking about. Come on,
Right.
stop.
Because come on now, we definitely can't say that. There's no way we can say if I'm paying, I'm laying. Like it's not that easy.
No. But
But-
like, if y'all already at that stage, she get her nails on, she gonna come see you at the end of the day when her day is over and y'all gonna.
Are you talking about somebody you actually talking to? I thought
Yeah,
you were talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
somebody you just kind of like got
If
there.
Right, I thought you
Y'all
were talking
exchanged
about
numbers and she
Right.
like talking about I'm going to get my nails done. He's like, oh, well, I heard.
No,
you
if
know,
y'all haven't hung out or been on a date before, I mean that's kind of like you gotta know who you dealing with. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
all right.
Before you just.
I was a little scared too. I was.
Yeah, because I would get
petrified on
it.
that
Wow,
So real quickly to finish my thought though, my game that I want to that I do want to give away is if men want our role to be valued, then we have to value our role as well. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is take pride in your role. Like take pride in being a man. Take pride in, even if it's even if your role is paying for everything, or if your role is being if you're the housewife, you know what I'm saying? Like take pride in your role. Like if that's what works for your relationship, then that's what works. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's role isn't going to be the same. So we have to take pride in our role as well, and do our best in it. Be a star in your role. Ain't that what they say in sports? Be a star in your role. You know what I'm saying? Be a star in your role. But because if we don't value it ourselves, then women definitely aren't going to value it. And I think that's where we've kind of been our own worst. I ain't gonna say our own worst enemy, but we've been definitely one of our enemies. As far as not valuing our own role and just being like, nigga, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas are saying in a minute, nigga, I don't care. That used to be that was my life, like, that was my life motto. I don't care. Like, that was all I said, like, for a long time. Like, everything was like, nigga, I don't care. So, we gotta value our own role. Yeah.
For sure, I do believe in a man valuing his role. You got to demand your value. You got to like show your value and demand that someone appreciates it. If they don't appreciate it, then man, you need to step. For me, I'm very observant, like, cause I always kind of like observe women, how they move, how they talk, like, and I always kind of like try to like take little bits and pieces of how they move and be like, oh, okay, I can use that later on. Like, so that's how I was always able to like get over. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Manipulate.
yeah, I ain't want to say that. So, but yeah, like, but even back to even off that, but just valuing yourself, making sure you demand people to value you, knowing your role, being secure in your role, and being able to be open to maybe, you know, because you have to risk something. Like, and I think at this point in time, like, men like are getting to the point where they don't want to risk anything. So like, men ain't going on dates. Men ain't trying to do Netflix and chill. They just trying to chill. Like, they ain't no turn Netflix off. Like, they like. So it's gonna have to be some point where we're gonna have to bring chivalry back to give value on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So like, if women just saying it's cool, bring the bottle, come on over, you gotta understand where that man's mind is coming to. Like, he gonna be devaluing some kind of way, or she might be devaluing him. So it's devaluation on both sides, and it leads us nowhere. Like we said, we supposed to be together. Like, you cannot make it to the end of life on one income unless you just got Drake money,
Right?
You got Chris Brown money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you, like, getting a lot of money, man, and being alone is not what you want.
Exactly.
It's not. Like, these celebrities out here, man, they on drugs.
Rich people are the most unhappy.
They killing themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? So don't let the music videos, don't let the chains, the cars, the girls in the videos fool you, man. Them people be really sad. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't about money, man. Money don't bring happiness, man. You need somebody to share it with, like. And your mom and your daddy ain't gonna be here forever. Like, you gonna need somebody there on your side that's gonna have your back, regardless of like how they look, how much money they make. If that person is down for you and willing to go to bat for you and do whatever it takes to make sure that you happy, then that person is valuable, regardless of what they coming with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just want somebody that's there. Like my pops passed, and like I remember he was in the hospital, and I said this on the podcast before, like when my stepmama left the room, like, he was so relieved that he had somebody there. You know what I'm saying? It's people who go be on their deathbed and like ain't no visitors, ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Money can't stop you from being unhealthy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can be the richest person and you going right to a tombstone.
Just like everybody else.
Like everybody else. Like, you gonna be buried next to a person who didn't have the same money you had. So it's about living, trying to be happy, man, not just for you, but for somebody else, for your kids. It's all about making sound decisions, man, and things are bigger than you. You know what I mean? So do the right thing, man. Date with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Tell people what you want, what you don't want. You know what I'm saying?
Set boundaries.
You set boundaries. You know what I mean? Just because she pretty don't mean she go be the right. She might not be the one. Just because she ugly, she might not be the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She might be the one.
Just because he got money don't mean he the one.
Right.
Just because he broke don't mean he. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all give and take. It's all about what you can tolerate, and it ain't about growing together, man. It's about fitting together. You know, it's about being that person being your puzzle piece, not necessarily your equal, not necessarily a person who above you or whatever. Like, you want somebody to fit into your life. You know what I mean? So
that's what's up, man.
yeah.
That's what's up. I was listening to real quick. I was listening to "Successful" by Drake with Drake and Trey Songz and Lil Wayne. In the car today, matter of fact, I was listening to the song and it said, you know, the song said, "I want the money in the cars in the clothes, and the hoes. I suppose I just want to be successful." And I thought, like, wow, like, that's what success means to some people. money, cars, clothes, and hoes. Like, that's all it's about. You know what I'm saying? And of course, like, I'm vibing to the song. When the song came out, it was a super big hit, but you're not really thinking of like the message that it's portraying. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, wow, it's really it's a dope song, but it's a horrible message. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not what success is about, man. That's not what it's about.
Success by having somebody right there, man.
Yeah.
The kids happy, bills paid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't all about taking trips around the world, man. It's about just making sure your house is a home.
Peace of mind.
And peace of mind, man.
Peace of mind. Nothing a man wants more than peace. Remember that,
man.
Women
want peace too, man. Women want peace and security too, man.
That's true. But with women, I would say security first.
Yes.
With
security brings them peace, so
right.
I understand
that.
Well,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but men
want peace. That's all we want. We want
peace. You know what I'm
peace.
saying? Just, you know.
If we can have peace, then we Gucci.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So this has been our show for today. We thank y'all so much for joining us. Shout out to the beautiful Catie again for coming on the show.
What's your IG stuff again?
OG.Frex.
OG.
Spell Frex.
OG.Frex. FRECKS.
OG Frex. That's what's up. OG.
OG.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all joining us again. We'll see y'all on the next show.
Chill.
In-house production.